Wow. Hello, everybody. If you're watching on the replay, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. I'm going to be doing some work on these 21 pink paw print ornaments that we started the other day. Haven't touched them since. That's all right. This is what it's going to look like. Each of them are going to look like in the end. So today we are going to be working on trying to decide. We're going to work on the walking dots. My hesitation was because I find knowing that I have 63 rows of walking dots to do, that doesn't sound super fun to me right now, but hanging out with you guys while I do it will definitely make it go by easier. So that's what we're going to do. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Tina. Good to see you guys. So we have all of our ornaments right here. So we're just going to literally start with our first row of walking dots that are going to be in white. We're going to do that on every single one of these 21 ornaments, and we'll see how far we get while we're hanging out today. We'll be here for about 2 hours. And happy to answer any kind of questions that you may have. If you're new to the lives, please know that while I am painting, I can't see the screen on my phone, so I will typically do something and then take a pause and then come back and catch up on any comments that I've missed. So if it takes me a minute to answer your comment or question, just know that I'm not ignoring you and I will come back and do that, okay? If you are new to Dot Mandalas and Dot Mandala painting and you want to learn how to do it, I do go live 8 to 10 hours a week, closer to the 8-hour spot right now. I also have a YouTube channel that has over 35, or I think it's about 35 now, tutorial videos. There's a playlist on my YouTube channel called Tutorials. My YouTube channel is Mandala Love Affair Canada. You want to make sure it says Canada on there, not the other one. There is another one that I have to figure out how to disable because I set it up wrong. Anywho, YouTube channel is there if that's helpful for you. All the other videos on the YouTube channel, it's kind of just like my live archive. So as I am able to get live videos downloaded, I will put them up there in case anybody wants to revisit them. But the tutorials playlist is helpful as well. Oh, I had dots to do on this one. So let's do those first. What else? I've got some downloadable patterns available on my website. And some workshop recordings as well. Now, I don't remember what paint I used. Which one did I use? Oh no. Oh no. No, I don't. All right. Let's take a breath and try and figure out what to do. Sorry. Okay, hang on a second. I'm back. Good to see you guys. Hey, Ingrid. Hi, Sarah. No and no, Sarah. I haven't been doing very many. I think I'm up to 240 now. And they have not been selling well. Unfortunately not. But it's still fairly early in the season, so hopefully things will pick up as we get closer to Christmas. That's when it happened last year. So I'm just going to keep painting. I have also kind of made the decision that I'm just going to, as long as I'm painting, it doesn't really, really matter what I'm painting. And, you know, I had that conversation with myself. Like, I don't want to be an ornament painter. I don't want to be a dot mandala teacher. I want those to be things that I do, but I don't want it to be exclusive to those things, you know? And I'm going back to paint what sounds fun at the time, and we'll kind of go from there. Now, I really, really wish that I knew what freaking paint I used here. Oh, this is so upsetting. Was it you, maybe? Or you? I think it was you. I might have added some of this to that. Let's see. Tutti Frutti. It's definitely not carousel pink. Oh, what am I gonna do? Oh no. Okay. All right. Time to experiment. We have to mess around with paints for a little bit. We're going to see if I can figure out the magic sauce. All right. No, I have no idea where it would be, Diane, unfortunately, no. I didn't mix these colors on the last live, though, unfortunately. I mixed these colors like a month ago. So I have no idea what live I would have done them on, whether it was Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook group. I don't even know if I mixed the paints on the live. That's the hard part. No, we're starting from scratch because it will take me longer to go digging for a video than it will to just mix some new paints. So we're going to give that a shot because I wouldn't even know where to begin to look, unfortunately. Well, there'll have to be 21 unique pieces because I already did half of 21 of these, and if I can't match the color, then I'm going to have to figure out something incredibly different to do with these ornaments, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But we'll find out soon enough. So let's see what happens when we do this one and this one. We will find out. Hopefully this will do it. And it looks like it might. Or at least it might come close. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't do everything on a live too, right? So if I didn't mix them on a live, and I have no idea if I did. Not a clue. I don't keep track of that stuff, unfortunately. I do too many lives. The fact that I remembered to check and see that I was supposed to be live here and not somewhere else. I'm pretty pleased with myself today. Thanks, Diane. This looks like it's going in the right direction. So hopefully. It'll either work or it won't, right? So at least if I know that these are the two colors, then I can start mixing it in the paint container. Okay. So this is how I test it. So I put a little bit of the original color, right? And then I go in and you can see, I don't know if you can see the outline of the dot there. Right there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there, along with the hair on the end of this tool. So this is, let's see if I can make it a bit bigger. See when I put that there, you can see the edge kind of. I can see it much, it's of course it's much more clear in person, right? So I'm gonna try something else here. See if this will help anything. Let's see. Oops. That was really zoomed in. Holy crap. It's still a little too bright, I think. It's easier maybe to see this way. It's pretty close. Okay. So at least if I figure out that this is the right color combo, then I can mix it in the paint container. I went with just, not because I remembered what paint colors I grabbed off the shelf or anything like that. I just kind of went with my gut of if I was going to sit and grab any of these paint colors, which ones would they be? So let's try this one now. Nope, not quite. Need a bit more. Let's keep going. When I mixed the colors on this one. Well, I'm already into the process anyway. It still wouldn't have been something I would be able to take the time and look at right now. So, nothing to worry about, but thank you for not yet. Let's try this one. Let's see if this one does it. I remember I dropped the ornament and I painted the ornament there, but I don't know if I mixed the colors there on that live. All right, please be it. I am ready to be done with you. Yes, got it. There we go. All right. So now I just need to mix some more and we will be good. So you come up to there and you Give it a good stir. Make sure I didn't screw up the color. I still have the palette here so I can test this one as well to make sure that I mixed it right. I'll make any adjustments and then we will be able to start painting. It's a little noisy in the background today, guys. I'm sorry. It's raining out today, so the cars driving by on the street are pretty noisy. I won't close my window because it's just too stuffy in here when I do. So, unfortunately, the noise is just going to be part of the experience today. But hopefully it's not too bad. I'm just going to test this color again. Looks like I got it. All right. Now, I'm going to put all these different pinks back on the shelf. Oops. Let's zoom out here. And then we will get ready to go. I have enough of the other colors to finish off these 21 ornaments, so we should be good there. And yeah, we'll see how that goes then. And great, you two go down there, and you go there. Okay. Now, oh, I need to pull up the pattern for this design. I know, I have to. I did a final cleaning and I still have about 15 paint bottles on my desk, but I tried to clean a lot off before the workshop. And I've found that it has been significantly less stressful to be in this room when there's fewer bottles of paint on my table. And that, to most people, probably sounds very logical, but it wasn't something that I was able to do for a while. And there's still way too much stuff out here. It's one of the, I like having a nice big table, but at the same time, it's just a space to accumulate crap that has a place to go, you know? I've been on the fence about that, about what I'm going to do about this studio and my setup for it. We'll see. All right. So, I needed the... What is that one? Happy Dotting Company 4. Okay, number 4 is the one I need, and we're gonna do our dots here, just on this one, and then we're gonna get started on walking dots around each of these dark pink dots. Eventually there will be a paw print in the middle. In the original design that this one is based off of, I did a teal color grade. So I did white, light teal, and a dark teal. And when I did my top dots, that's what I did as well. I had the dark base dot, then I did the medium and the large, the medium and the light, I should say, for the top dots, for 2 layers of top dots. And it created a really nice color grade, and I love the 3D effect of those dots like that look like they're just glowing in the dark. But I didn't do that for the pink ones. I used the metallic pink tourmaline from a Craft Smart Multi-Surface as the top dots on all of these big pink dots, and it just, there's something about it. It's one of my favorite things that I've done so far. So 4 of these ornaments are spoken for. So I have 9 of the white ones and 8 of, well, no, let's say 6 of each, because I don't know, someone's going to be taking 4 of them, and I don't know 4 of which. So I do have 6 of each of these that'll be available. They're not listed on my website. If you want to call dibs on any of them, they are $27 Canadian a piece plus shipping. They're nice and light though, which thankfully that helps a little bit. And if you just shoot me a message, I can put some aside for you. Anywho, let's get to some walking dots. So I'm going to go and do all of the peak dots because I use a different size tool for the peak versus the walking dots. So I'm using my straight tool for the peak, and then I'm going to use my micro dotter for the walking dots in the white. So I'm going to go around on every ornament and do all of the peak dots first. That's the assembly line part of the process, is that every ornament progresses at the same rate. So it can get tedious. Some people might find it very tedious. It depends on your own personality and what you enjoy kind of sinking into. I really like the assembly line process because it's almost like getting the satisfaction of a large piece while you're creating a bunch of little pieces, right? Like sometimes I just really want to do a big piece that feels like a big project and it all fits together and it's big and it's stunning and it's pretty. But it's nice to have multiple things to come out at the end of it. And so doing a small design can be really nice because you can produce them a little bit faster and produce maybe more of them. But by doing the assembly line, I can kind of sink into each step of it a little bit more and get into more of the meditative, repetitive side of things that you would come across when you're doing a larger painting. What are you guys working on today? Does it feel like it should be Saturday to anybody else? The fact that today is Thursday makes absolutely zero sense to me. Oh, I was wondering what's all over my paint. There's some black glitter. I went through all of these the other day and glued on the tops. That's something that I didn't do before painting the ornaments last time, so it's much better to do it ahead of time. Helps to keep the glitter inside the ornament. This is the kind of work that I would throw on some music or something I don't have to pay super close attention to. So I'd throw on maybe Friends or Lord of the Rings or something and just sink into this process for probably about 2 hours. I would guess it would take about 2 hours to get the 3 rows of walking dots done on each of these. What do you guys have on in the background while you're painting? Does it depend on your mood? If you use Duraclear High Gloss Varnish, the glitter sticks better. Oh, good to know. Yeah, I've heard that about these. I haven't lost a lot of glitter. It was just a little bit. Like, I've never had bald spots or anything like that. So thankfully that's never been an issue. My intention is to switch to Minwax polyacrylic after I run out of my floor polish. And for now, the glue is a perfect stopper. But yeah, I don't lose enough glitter where it's bald spots or anything like that. Thank goodness for that. TV, Ingrid, do you have some favorite shows? A Riley Sager auto book. What kind of books are those, Lynn? Music, or me or Jenna? What's your favorite kind of music? Do you have a favorite singer, Tina? Sometimes it doesn't even matter what's on, right? Sometimes we don't even hear it half the time. Sometimes it's just the comfort of having that noise, that white noise in the background that just helps us to relax. Well, you guys already know that I just sit and listen to Jason Mraz like crazy. And if it's not that, it's 90s music. Love 90s music. Suspense mystery books. Oh, that's fun, Lynn. It'd be like, it's like listening almost to, listening to a TV show and having someone just read it. That's awesome. I love that. Alternative or hard rock. Nice. How are you doing, Ingrid? So after I'm done these ornaments, I've got a bunch of stuff on deck. And I am very pleased to say that today is my busiest day this week. No, today's my last busy day. And after today, I've completely locked down my calendar and my social life and said, nothing in or out for like 2 weeks. And I'm just going to sit down and hibernate and turn on my music or movie or whatever I have on in the background and just do some serious painting. I want to see what I can accomplish when I actually sit down and say, you know what, give me an 8-hour workday. What can I get done? So I'm super pumped for the next couple of weeks because it should mean lots and lots of painting. So stuff that's on deck is finishing the trinket bowl with the lid that I started quite a while ago in the teals and metallics. I've got 2 more of the huge candle holders to paint. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff that I just really, really want to play with that's been sitting around for a very long time. So I'm going to hopefully figure out what I want to do with the globe soon. I've got a couple Christmas things too. I've got some blank tree ornaments. I've got some blank tree wall hangings. I've got some candy cane shaped canvases. And I think they could be a lot of fun. So even though I might not be doing a ton of Christmas ornaments, It might end up being that I just still do a lot of Christmas stuff, just maybe not ornaments. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Hey, Vicky. I'm sorry. Sending you lots and lots of love, Ingrid. Current ornament count is somewhere, I'm guessing around 240. To be brutally honest, I stopped counting. It was not that the goal was unattainable. It's that I wasn't following my own rules to get there. And my own rules are to follow the fun, right? And it wasn't fun. I kept sitting there and I'd have these ideas and go, oh, I really want to try that. And then immediately have that voice in my head say, oh, but you've got to paint ornaments. And so, this set of ornaments, it's so funny because as soon as I gave myself the freedom to paint anything I wanted, I was asked if I was going to do any more of these pink ones. And I immediately said, yeah, I'll do a batch. Like, it was so funny that as soon as I told myself that I didn't have to paint ornaments, the ones that I wanted to paint kind of presented themselves to me, right? So I'm kind of letting that one go. I want to get back to the feeling that I had. I see it in you guys all the time when you're in the groups and you're posting and you're like, look what I did. And, oh, I tried this time. And, oh, I tried this time. And you really are just following the fun. And I realized that I wasn't doing that. I was doing what I thought I needed to do, from a business perspective. And that's always important, of course, but it was what was driving every decision I made. And it was making me just not enjoy it anymore. And that made me way too sad. So, yeah. It's good to see you. Hi, Patty. Oh, I haven't done a video, but I will, I'll grab it because it's done. I'll show it to you. Hold on a second. Hi, David. That's been my problem with making any craft a business. I lose the fun when I make stuff to sell. Thank you. You know what? I watch Christina Lee a lot. I watch Erin Ridley a lot, right? Erin Ridley, it doesn't matter what she paints. She can paint anything that she's enjoying and wants to paint and put it in those auctions, and she's going to sell it, right? Same with Christina. She could paint a keychain. She could paint an ornament. She could paint a scrap block of wood from a construction site, and it wouldn't matter, you know? Claire.com, Art of Points, Fine Rosa, all of those people, Delicate Dots Andrea, all of these people seem to there was no rhyme or reason to what they were painting. They just kept painting. And that's what I used to do when I first started. You know, when my accounts took off and started gaining all of this traction and all of that sort of stuff, and things went a little out of control before I knew what to do about it. But all I was doing was, hey, that would be fun to post, or, oh, this is so pretty. I want people to see it. And that was all it was about. So the extra large candle holder and having that and the fun new paints to play with. And, I did a count today of just the things in my bedroom that I can see that I have to paint on. And the count was 74. That's not counting 300 keychains that I've got sitting around, 600 ornaments sitting around, at least 50 mugs sitting around. I just got a new 50-pound bag of gypsum delivered. You know, I'm not running out of stuff. And if there's anything slowing me down from painting more of that stuff, I need it out of my way, because everything else is keeping me inconsistent, you know. And I worked with a coach for a while, and he has impacted my life in a lot of really big ways. And some of you have already heard me say this before, but he said, it's not if I could do it any way I want. It's since I can do it any way I want to, how do I want to do it? Right? And to really look at it and get really clear with what is it that I'm trying to create, right? What is it I'm trying to do? What kind of life is it that I'm trying to build for myself? I'm not trying to build a life where I need to work 12 hours a day painting ornaments or I don't pay my rent. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to be the person that if I don't teach one workshop every single month, I can't pay my rent. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I want to be the person that can, I want to emulate the other artists that are out there doing that a little bit more and follow that fun. I am not in a good creative space. I'm not in a good headspace. I'm not in a good any of those things when I'm trying to force myself, Oh my God, you said, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't see when you put that. You okay? So, yeah, that's where my head's been. And then as soon as I kind of said, I can do anything I want. I don't have to do anything. I can say no to any commission request. I can say yes to any commission request. I can say no to any project or yes to any project that I want to do. So what the hell is it that I want to do? And the gist of it is that I want it to be fun again. I need to have some fun. And I have such a good time sitting and painting here with you guys. And I think to about some of those lives where it was like, okay, we're going to try something really weird and we just play. Even when it turns out like trash, it still has been so fun, And you have 70. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just the stuff that I can see. That's the banana. I've got 4 teapots. I've got... It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, the amount of stuff that I have to paint on. And I thought, you know what, how cool would it be even to just start to work through that and say, you know what, I'm not allowed to buy anything until I've gone through 25 pieces, 25 things. They can be 25 keychains, 25 ornaments, or whatever. I could set that number and figure that out and start to kind of work through that. And I think it's going to be challenging, and I think it's going to be incredibly energizing because I've got so many ideas, you guys. So many ideas that I've never talked about and I've never even allowed myself to start to prep for. And I cannot freaking wait. I think the other thing that I was recognizing is that even though I was sitting and painting a lot, I wasn't recognizing, I wasn't internalizing any of the, the healing and meditative benefits of painting. I was doing it because it was work and I was doing it because it was fun when I was hanging out with you guys, but I didn't allow myself to sit down and say, okay, for the next 2 hours, music on, do nothing else. Yeah, I don't know. That was another big part. Oh, I got to show you the candle holder. You're right. Oh, no. One sec. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Doris. I love watching your lives. Your painting is so cool, but I also love this. Oh, thank you, Vicky. I love your empathy. Love your humor. Oh, I'm so glad. There are days when, being here with you guys helps to get me back into being the person that I want to be, I know how I want to show up in the world. I know how I want to show up for the people that I care about, and when and there's a lot of times when I don't. And you guys really help me a lot to consciously and deliberately choose how I'm going to be on any given day. And that means a lot to me, you guys. So thank you for that. And here is the beautiful candle holder. And want to hear some really great news? Is that this is going to be number 1 of 3. Yay! So number 1 of 3, you can kind of see it when there you can see where the light hits it. Regular orange, pow! Right? When I got this part done, I couldn't decide how I was going to finish it off. Okay? So I had 3 different ideas. We did one of the ideas here with the spiral. I'm going to do 2 more of these where I do the other 2 ideas that I had. So we're actually going to have a series of 3 of them. Aren't they pretty? I love this thing. So I got to finish the bottom. I've got to put some felt on the bottom or maybe some cork. And then this one will be ready to go. And Letitia recommended taking this copper and painting the inside that color. I'm still on the fence of whether I'm going to do that or not. I might do that with one of the others and see. But for right now, I'm really, really satisfied with how this looks. So I still need to varnish it and I still need to sign it. And then these, I've got one more that's molded and ready to be, I could start painting it tonight. And then I'm going to do a pour, probably tomorrow. I'm going to do at least 1 pour, maybe even 2 or 3 if I can, and get some more of these drying and ready to go. My plan is eventually to offer blanks in my shop. I understand that shipping is a bitch and a half with stuff that's so heavy like this, but I also understand that there are people out there that don't have any interest in buying a whole bunch of molds, buying a whole bunch of gypsum, dealing with the dust, dealing with the masks, dealing with all the plaster and the drying and the all of that stuff. So, I don't know how many I'll keep on hand ready-made, but I'm going to start at least offering them on a semi-made to order basis, in case that's helpful for you guys. And then that way, I'm not making stock that's not getting used, and you guys have, especially in Canada, if this is really a bigger one for in Canada, it's probably actually cheaper to ship this stuff to the US than it is within my own country, but there we go. But in fairness, you do buy things when they're at a good price. Absolutely. And that's the hard part, right, Sarah? When I'm buying stuff, there is that part of, well, you know what? It's something unique. It's something I've never seen before. They may never have them again. I want to grab a couple of them. So you're right. I've got to kind of work in a contingency for that kind of stuff so that I can say, listen, you know what? If I'm out with like Kathy, who does the workshops with me, we want to take a drive up to a town that's about 40 minutes away from us. And there's a dollar store where I used to buy my teapots, and I used to buy, remember those great big chunky mugs that I used to use that came in all the great different colors, like the sky blue and the navy and all of those ones? She wants to go to that store. And she goes, but I can't, I want you to come with me. If I go up there, I'm going to buy stuff. I'm just going to. So I think what I want to do is I'll come up with some rules of that sort of thing. Like if my friend asks me to go somewhere and I end up buying something, that's okay. I cannot ask my friend to go somewhere to buy stuff because I have no need to leave the house and go buy stuff. Maybe that'll be a good one. It is live, Crystal. How you doing, lovely? Darlene, you're at work, so gonna catch what I can. Oh, I'm glad that you're here for a little bit. Hi, Karen. Isn't it so pretty? I'm so excited to paint more of these. I literally thought, I thought for the live today, I'm like, ooh, let's paint this. And I thought, no, get the pink ornaments done. Get them out of the way. That'll feel really good to get another 20 ornaments done. Holly wanted some of the ornaments, so I'm doing them for her anyway. And then my reward will be working on another one of these. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I'm so glad you like it. Oh, thanks, David. Thanks, Sarah and Darlene. I should, Tina? I think it'd be cool. Thanks, Cindy. Oh, Ingrid, I'm so glad. Thank you. Thanks, Vicky. I don't have a pattern for this yet, but I will write one up. And what I'll do is I'll write it up with all 3 optional ways to finish it off. Okay? So I will do this pattern up. Absolutely. And this is the 16 centimeter double extra large tea light holder from Devon Dotting. So yeah, this one is a new mold, Rose. Isn't it beautiful? How you doing, Rose? I haven't seen you in a long time. All kinds of people here I haven't seen in a long time. This is so nice. Oh, Crystal, I know what you mean. I started chatting with Christina Lee the other day, and I'm like, nope, not live. Nope, was live. Not live anymore, but it sure looked like it. I am already head over heels in love with this thing. I am incredibly spoiled. I got the mold as a gift, and I can tell you that it will be worth every single penny to buy another one and be able to make two at a time. It uses a shit ton of gypsum though. So I think for this one, if memory serves me correctly, so with the UltraCal 30, I measured out by 100 grams, every 100 grams. So for example, for every 100 grams, you use 38 grams water. So everything is by weight. So for this one, I would need about 900 grams. Maybe a little less, maybe 850, but I'd mix 900 just for this one. So 900 grams of gypsum powder, and then whatever 9 times 38 is in water, that many grams in water, mix that together, and that's this candle holder. You're getting one from Letitia. That's amazing, Ingrid. Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it, love it, love it. This is like centerpiece on a table kind of stuff, right? I love this thing so much. So much. Been in a fun... Oh, Rose, I'm so sorry. It's so hard. It's not it's not a funk that was anything wrong, right? That makes sense that you'd be in a funk after your friend passes. I'm still in a funk after Dad. I don't think it's just a new funk that we need to learn how to live with. And that's really jarring, right? And I'm so sorry. I'm sending you so much love, Rose. Really happy to see ya. Yeah, the chubby candle holder is nice, and it's really, really cute. But it's nice to have a few different ones. So I'm gonna have my two. I've got one of the chubby ones for the Happy Dotting Dotting Company candle holder. Then I've got two of the flatter pancake ones from Dot Art Depot through Lydia May, and then I've got this one now, and Jan sent me one of the sphere ones that has the candle holder on top, so I'm going to play with those too. I'm hoping to kind of really expand some of the candle holders. And Christine, our friend the Purple Lizard Designs, she wants some gypsum blanks, so I'm going to make her some, and then she's got some different stuff, different molds than I do, so we're going to do a trade on that too, which will be cool. Oh, Rose, I'm so sorry. Sending you lots and lots of love. And I'm glad you're here. So know that, and this is for anybody, whether you've ever chatted on the lives or not, just know that this is always a safe space where you can come and interact as little or as much as you want. There are no rules of how you need to be when you're here. If you're having a bad day, come and hang out here, and just know that this is a space where you don't need to pretend with anybody. If you're not okay, you don't need to say you're okay. Right? And our goal here is to give ourselves permission to sit and focus on something that we all really, really enjoy and really, really love for just a little bit. We're not going to try and solve the world's problems. We're not going to try and solve all of our own problems. We're just going to give ourselves permission to have a little bit of a break and take a breath, which is going to help us face whatever's next, right? I haven't seen Jan in a while either. Every once in a while she pops up, though. She's still around. Yeah, I think it'll be a fun pattern, Cindy. And that's what I'll do is I'll make sure that I do all 3 designs for all 3 finishing touches that I do on it. That'll be fun. So my goal is to finish painting these, and then once these are painted and varnished, then I'm going to start on the candle holders, the big candle holders again, and like I said, a couple other things. Got a couple things that are really, really, really big in my head. 16 centimeters, Crystal. I don't know what that works into in inches, and I don't have... Let's see. 16 centimeters is about 6 1/4 inches. Let me see. I think it's about 6 1/4. Yeah, right about 6. It looks like. It's a big one. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And I've bought some other paints. I've got champagne flutes that I need to paint to get ready for the next workshop that's going to be happening in December. Come up with designs for that because we're going to be painting champagne flutes or any kind of glassware. Clear glassware is what we're doing for the next workshop. And I'll let you know when the dates are for those. Sorry, I just had to take a drink there. All right, let me catch up on the comments here. Sorry. You're welcome, Rose. I'm glad you're here. Am I going to use a matte varnish on the candle holders? Yes, I am. However, let me go grab, I've got a painting that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I did on it, and I'm going to do the same thing on, well, I might do the same thing on this one. I haven't decided. Hang on. All right, sorry, you guys. Sorry, my mom needed a hand. All right, so one of the things that I showed the other day is, this is a painting that I did that I'm just going to zoom out and make sure I'm really in the light. See how there's shiny bits, but for the most part it's a matte finish? What I did is I went back in with high gloss varnish on just the parts that I wanted to accentuate. So I did the matte varnish first on everything, and then I went back on those spots that I wanted to be really shiny. Let's see if this helps at all. The lighting is really bad in here today. You can see the matte finish, and then there you go. See all the spots that are shiny? So that's an option as well. But I'm probably going to use matte varnish, Cindy. Where do I sign my ornaments? I don't. When I haven't, I know I need to. So when I do, I will be signing them on the back. Let's see. I made a custom wholesale order for a Christmas store. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Congratulations. That's exciting, Crystal. Oh my God. Have you been able to post them or anything? Have you posted them yet? Hi, Kim. How you doing? You did a post? Okay, I'll go have a look at it. I want to see that. I know I should be. And I will get there. It'll be added in. These ones will all get signed on the back. I don't know that I'm going to go through all of the ones that are hanging up or in boxes. It might just be a going forward kind of situation. So I haven't up until this point, but I will be. I want to practice with it because I'd like to get better at letters. On the back of the pink ornament that I did the first time, I did put a pet's name on the back, and I think that's something I'd like to be able to offer when people order the ornaments if they want to. Okay, 5 more and then we can start walking some dots. Yeah, so that varnish trick can kind of give you the best of both worlds, right? I'm such a sucker for the matte finish, as you guys know, that when it comes to having to use a gloss or even a satin varnish, I'm just not as happy as when I get to use the matte stuff. Now, I don't think that I will use Liquitex Artist Varnish. I'm probably going to use Mod Podge, the matte Mod Podge mixture that I use, which is 50% matte Mod Podge and 50% water. Simply because there's a lot of heat with the candle there. And I know that Mod Podge is used for a lot of different things that are exposed to a lot of different elements. So that just makes me feel a little bit better to have that on there as protection instead of the Artist Varnish. The Artist Varnish would probably perfectly fine, but I just, for my own head, on incense holders, that's usually what I use as well. I also am confident with how easily cleanable it is too. But yeah. Hi, Michelle. It's so good to see ya. Oh, no way in heck I'm getting a Cricut. Not a chance. No way, Jose. I will do the writing. I know they can do a lot of cool stuff, but I am in zero position to learn a new tool. I know I'm perfectly capable of learning the new tool, but I have no bandwidth for that. And that just sounds like a whole other machine, a whole other group of craft products to start buying, and that should be dangerous. Maybe someday, way, way, way into the future. I like Liquitex Varnish is the best because they have the UV protection. Yes, they definitely have the UV protection, which can help the color savings and not save the color from washing out. And that's always something that is good for artwork and other things. But like I said, I don't know how it holds up to heat, having a lit candle next to it. So that's why I use the Mod Podge. Because I know the Mod Podge for sure doesn't have a negative response to that. Not that I've seen anyway. But yeah, normally I choose the Liquitex matte varnish. It's my favorite so far. All right, so now we're going to start the walking dots. And I've switched tools from my straight tool to my walking dot, my micro dotter. My micro dotter here. So the micro dotter is just a clay sculpture tool. You can get it off of Amazon. They usually come in a pack of 2. I love this thing. I'm going to redo that dot because the sides are all wonky. But yes, and it's really good. Jenna is a really good resource, I think, for if you're looking to add in Cricut functionality into the kind of stuff that you're doing. Because I know that she has one and uses it for quite a lot of different things. She's got so many cool ideas that she does use her Cricut for. So it's always an option because it is an amazing machine. It does a lot. A lot. Okay. So each of these are going to have 3 rows of walking dots. So it is going to take some time to get all of these done. And of course, I would have gotten more done today if I wasn't so yappy. However, I've enjoyed the conversation, so I regret nothing. On Amazon, a clay sculpture tool. Kim, are you in Canada? I can't remember. I know I should. I'm sorry I don't. Because I'm just going to look it up and see if I can find it on Amazon Canada anyway. Clay. I know we've got it pinned somewhere on the Facebook group. That's something I want to get into at some point and go in and start organizing a bunch of pins and resources on that Facebook group. Oh yeah. Right. I did know that and I forgot. Ooper. Well, that kit has it in it. There we go. Okay. I'm going to pull this up on the screen, and if you do a screenshot, my friend, $8.99 for a set of 2. Okay. I'll leave that there for another second. Okay, so anybody who's looking for the micro dotters, that's like these pointy tools that I use a lot. They are fantastic. Now, one of the things that we found out, thanks to Patty, was that when she got her micro dotting tools, and she would go to do a row of walking dots, she'd dip her paint in the tool and no paint would come off the end. So let me show you what I mean and show you what it looks like. You've been wondering about those too, Vicky? Oh, good. Excellent timing then. All right, so let me show you something here. So I'm going to use this puncture tool. This is the super pointy tool that I use to make my swoops. Oh God, look at my fingernails. I'm so sorry. And if I go and dip this into paint, as if I'm going to do some walking dots, of course it's going to make a liar out of me now and work. Sure. Screw you, puncture tool. Let's see if this one does it. Sure. What can first time that's worked. Okay. So what has happened in the past when I've done this, and what we've had happen is that when you go to do your dotting, you've got all kinds of paint on your tool, but the paint doesn't come off. It's coming off perfectly fine right now. Look at that. Son of a rotten son of a. But if that happens to you, if you find that you have a pointy tool and when you go to dip and do all of those dots and the walking dots, if the paint is not naturally kind of, traveling down the tool so that you can paint with it, like we would do one and then we'd do like 3 dots and then there would be no more paint coming off of there. So again, not sure why it's not happening now, but if that ever happens to you, take some sandpaper, go outside on the sidewalk and just kind of rub the tool a little bit to rough it up. Because if it's too pointy, or sometimes it's like, depending on how the angle of the tool is, if it's holding the paint in a certain spot, if your paint is too thick, it could be because the paint's quite watery. If the paint is too thick, it might not flow down the tool very quickly. So if you have that happen when you're using a pointy tool, you just want to kind of rough up, smooth, file down the end just a little bit to be less of a sharp point. Okay. All right, let me zoom back out here. I'm going to take a quick drink and then we're going to keep going. And with any luck, let's see if we can get all of these white walking dots done before the end of the live. I haven't done my live schedule for the next 2 weeks yet, but I will. Doing a schedule for every 2 weeks instead of once a week has definitely taken a lot of stress off of me, which is wonderful. So I'm going to keep doing that. I will post the next schedule this coming Sunday. But it's going to be a relatively quote-unquote normal couple of weeks. But I'm going to leave myself entirely open to the idea of impromptu lives over the next couple of weeks. I don't know that they'll happen, but I'm going to kind of keep that in the back of my head. Could it be that it's working because you're doing it on softwood? Yeah, that's very, very possible. What I found was happening is when I would use this one, and after touching this tool to the surface, it was also almost like there was a ton of paint up here, but then the tip was completely empty. So when you look at the tool, if it looks like, well, there's a ton of paint on there, but the tip is completely devoid of any paint, but that could definitely be it, because when I'm pushing it in, it's engaging the paint that might be a little bit higher up on the tool. Let's see. I wonder, do I have anything else? Let's try it on the bottom of this just for fun and see. Yeah, see there? That was definitely So I'm using that puncture tool again. Lots of paint on it, right? Nothing. I have to hold it on an angle to get any paint off of it. Ha ha! I knew it was actually happening. So, yeah, see how it just stops there? So yeah, totally could be because of at least partly because of that surface. So keep that in mind. And just kind of, again, grinding the top down, the point down just a little bit seems to have made the difference. On the sidewalk, yeah, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Sandpaper, sidewalk, any of that stuff will work and just kind of round it off a little bit. Holy crap, I just looked at my Amazon screen. Apparently I have 41 things in my Amazon cart. Do you guys do that? I put everything in my Amazon cart and then 90% of it goes into the save for later pile after I've looked at it for a while. Oops. Try your tool first and see. Mine did not, when I got these ones, Kim, mine didn't need to be sanded off or roughed up at all. Just if it happens to you, if you go to dip and you find that that's happening where the paint's not flowing off of the tool, then give that a shot, and then that should help. So I didn't have to, but it worked for people who did have to. Be careful to put them in your save for later. One time I didn't do that and I accidentally poured. Oh no, you ordered 21 things. No. Oh no. You do that too? Yeah. Abandoned cart notifications. Right? Like, I get them all the time. Totally get it. Yeah, it gives you the feeling like you're shopping, and then you can say, get real crazy lady. That's a really good point, though, right? It does. It makes it feel like, oh, I'm shopping. Look, I'm buying all of it. And then it's like you can deal with the buyer's remorse before it happens now, which is quite exciting. Like, oh, I don't really need that. Half the time I'll look at the stuff and go, why did I even add that in here? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this design is part of one of my ornament pattern bundles. If you go to mandalaloveaffair.com, there is a spot to shop called Downloadable Patterns, and there are 6 new ornament designs that are there. I'm going to start adding more to that, and I am working to launch a Pattern of the Month club in January, but we'll see how that goes. But it's the intent anyway. Part of me thinks to do that, and part of me says just paint and write patterns. So that's part of the reason why that hasn't been implemented yet, because I haven't quite decided, do I really want to do it as a Pattern of the Month club, or do I want to just paint and write patterns and keep moving, right? I'm not really sure. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted, though. If I don't do the Pattern of the Month club and I just, keep painting and writing patterns for everything that I do, I'll have a few more patterns coming soon, too. We'll see. Yes, my micro dotter is smaller than my straight dotting tool. I'm going to bring them up here close together. It's a very slight difference. It just comes to a little bit more of a point. Just a tiny, 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 tiny bit. Let me see if I can get a nice closer look for you, Teresa. It's good to see ya. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's just a little bit. See how this one kind of comes to more of a point here, a more harsher angle, and this one's just more straight down. So it's just a little bit bigger. Here we go. My best sellers for the patterns. Ornaments tend to do pretty well. Ornament designs tend to do really well. The small designs do really well, like the keychain designs or the little mini ones. They did really well. One of the things that I've realized is that, I'm creating all of these new patterns over and over again, and I have a lot of great patterns that I really want to go back to, that will sell the patterns to a lot of people who haven't seen it yet too, right? So I want to kind of find a mix between new ones and going back and revisiting some of the old ones too. Of everything, probably ornaments. Yeah, I'd say probably ornaments and then patterns. Depending on the time of the year, I think. You're welcome, Teresa. Yeah, I'd say that. Mugs did well also. It's really tough, right? Because whatever I'm painting can usually sell. You know, like if I'm painting ornaments on Alive a lot, I'd be able to sell ornaments a lot. If I was painting mugs on Alive, I'd be selling more mugs. So the lives really do dictate what gets sold. And it can help me kind of decide if it doesn't sell while I'm painting it, do I put it into a pattern and then use the live recordings to help post content about the pattern? And then where are the other places that I can go to attempt to sell my art along with and or as well as instead of my website. Oh, sorry, we've got some sirens, guys. It's going to be loud for a second. Oh, no. Oh, they turned them off. Oh, the road's clear. Okay. I was looking through, I've talked with Erin Ridley quite a few times about the online auctions, art auctions and everything. And she's helped me by kind of letting me know what to look for and all of that sort of stuff. And there are about 15 different Facebook groups in Canada alone that I could be actively working to sell my art. So there's a ton of places out there. And this the issue isn't, is there a place where I can do it? It's moving it around and the admin work that's involved with getting it onto each of those sites, understanding the rules, tracking which inventory is available on which site. Like, is this Etsy inventory? Is this Makerly inventory? Is this Facebook auction inventory? Is this personal inventory? Is it website inventory? It's interesting but at the same time, there are so many options. There's so many different things to try. And I find that really encouraging, right? Like, it's not like if I try this and it doesn't work, I'm pooched, right? It's, no, I try this and it doesn't work. That's fine. There's 15 others that I can try, right? Hi, Jan. It's good to see ya. Everyone's going to be happy to see you. I am happy to see you too. So that's going to be one of the lives that we're going to do soon too, is we're going to sit and talk about what are all the different sites that you can sell your artwork on. So I'm going to sit and pull up the computer and say, tell me where you are, and let's find all the different Facebook stuff, just Facebook alone, that you could tap into to sell your artwork. And we're going to try and come up with some different ideas, and I'll share different apps and programs and stuff that I use. But we'll do that soon, because there's so many options. So many options, and I know very, very little. And when I think of it that way, I'm like, I know very, 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 very little about that world. However, I'm never going to run out of stuff to learn about that world. So if I only know about a small percentage of it, and I look at how long that list is of the things that I have figured out or found out so far, or been taught or shown, or all of those, it's still such a small fraction of what there is out there. It's kind of crazy. Hi, thought I'd stop in while I was waiting to get my nails done. Very nice. I'm doing good, Jan. It's good to see ya. Do you already have your color picked out for your nails? My nails keep breaking and I can't go and get my false nails on like I want to. One of these days, though. I just have to wait for a couple nails to grow just a little bit longer. Love it. No color till Christmas. Nice. And then do you go full out and get all kinds of fancy stuff done? All right. There's a hair stuck in there. I will make sure, Kim, that I post about it. I'm going to do that live on in the Facebook group. Are you a member of the Facebook group already, Kim? Nice. Nice, Jan. That's fun. Fun to have fun with our nails. It's called Dot Mandala Addicts, if you're not already a part of it. I will post a link to that group and the event on my Facebook page when I get that booked as well. Okay. So if you're not a part of the group right now, it's totally fine. I will post about it. And I'll post about that soon. Okay, no worries. I will try to remember, Kim, to send you a link to the invite of the group. If anybody else is able to go to the group and grab a link to throw in the comments here, that would be, I would be forever grateful. But please, you don't have to. But if anybody is fast at that stuff, that would be super, super helpful. But that's where I'll end up doing it, is on the Facebook group. And I'll try and do it in the next couple of weeks. So I'll try and give you a good week's notice, okay, that it's coming. And the recording will be posted in the Facebook group as well. So if you aren't able to make the live, the recording will definitely be there. Mm-hmm. Oh, that got goopy. Sometimes the hard part about the assembly line is you have to leave your paints open for a long period of time, right? So this paint's already been open for quite a while, so it's going to start getting little bits of gummy stuff around the edges. It's probably going to dry fairly quickly on my tool. You might start to see a film form over the surface of the wet paint. Hairs and dust can fall in there easily while it's open, so just kind of keep that in mind, okay? Ah, look at the love. Oh, Michelle, you're amazing. Thank you so much. So, Kim, if you have a look at Michelle Welker's comment there, it's a link to the Facebook group. You can click on it and then just make sure that you say that you accept all of the rules. And there is an automation set up that after a short bit, you'll be, as long as you've answered all of the questions, then you'll be automatically approved. I'm not 100% sure how long it takes. Maybe an hour or two, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. It might be a lot quicker, but. And if you guys are new to dot mandala painting and want to learn more, don't forget about my YouTube channel, which is Mandala Love Affair Canada. There is a tutorials playlist on there that has about 35 free videos and tutorials, including some beginner stuff. If you want to check those out. I used to do Facebook Live tutorials, and that's where these recordings were from Facebook Live tutorials I did a couple years ago when I used to live up at the farm. I lived on a friend's farm for a while. So that's where those lives were recorded. But those recordings are available on my YouTube channel. Now, all of the other videos that are on the YouTube channel, it's really basically just a live archive. I try to take the lives off of my social media channels and put them onto YouTube. I have not done a good job at staying up to date, and there will be huge holes in the date ranges and in the projects that I have, but they are all there as well. If the title doesn't tell you what's in it, check the comments in case our friend Darlene has gone in and written down what I was painting in the live. She's done that with quite a few of the lives so far, and that's been such a huge help. Thank you again, Darlene, for doing that. I just get them up there like September 22nd Facebook Live and just get it up there, right? Thank you, Michelle. Paul Bangay, how you doing? It's good to see you, sir. I was thinking about you the other day when I was at Canadian Tire, and I saw a bunch of cupboard knobs from the time that we had talked about painting some of the drawer pulls and cupboard knobs. Yeah, I remember like, oh yeah, I wonder if I should do that. So they're still on my list. Still want to do them one day. I think it could be fun. But for now, we finish ornaments. Awesome, Kim. Fantastic. Let me go see. Did it approve your request right away? Otherwise, I'll go in and see if I can do it now. There you are. And approve. All right, you're in, my dear. No problem. I've been a little bit of a slacker lately. Yes, Darlene. Heaven forbid. You're out doing other stuff. It's totally fine. You have nothing to worry about at all, Darlene. I am so grateful that you do any of that stuff. Is so unbelievably helpful, and I'm so grateful that you do any of it. So please don't ever stress with that. I'm glad you like them. Thank you. I'd like to really kind of nurture my YouTube channel a little bit more. I think there's some really cool stuff that I could do with the stuff that's in there. I'd love to start putting videos together by project and say, you know what, let's take all of the videos that I can find that have any footage of me painting the bus, for example. I think that would be so cool. Or Sharon's teapot. Anything like that to put it together and just say, you know what, the conversation is going to jump around because they're taken from random lives and random snippets of video. But I think that could be really nice. Nope, you are good to go now, Kim. You're welcome. Welcome to the group. Lots of incredible artists in the group too, Kim. So make sure, if you feel safe and comfortable, post any questions that you've got there in the group too. And you'll not only get my feedback, but the feedback from, like I said, a ton of great artists that are in the group too. It's a really fantastic resource. Rainy days like this are nice days to paint without anything on in the background, just listening to the cars driving in the roads, listening to the rain. I used to love it in the winter when I was living at my apartment. Before I moved up to the farm, I had a balcony, and I would spend more time out on the balcony than I ever spent in any other spot in my apartment. Even in the dead of winter, I would shovel off a spot, I'd put a bunch of towels down and sit down and wrap up in blankets and make a nice hot cup of tea and sit out on the balcony. And I always loved in the winter when I would sit out on the balcony and after a fresh snowfall, and you don't really hear the cars going by. Everything's quiet, maybe a little crunching on the snow. And it's just so peaceful. It's nice when nature gives us some good ASMR. I lived for the longest time at that apartment. That building was at the end of a, not a dead end, but you could only turn left. And there really was no need for, just the general public in the town to travel that way very often. And so it was a nice, quiet corner of a street. And then they ended up adding in a roundabout and opening it up to the main thoroughfare in the town so that people could access, from there. And then it got really noisy, and they had to switch the angles of some of the street lights so they weren't as, they were a little more abrasive sitting outside. But can I tell you, it's wildly entertaining sitting and watching a bunch of people who obviously have no clue what to do when they hit a traffic circle. The number of times that I'd be sitting there watching TV and I'd hear crunch because somebody would go up over the curb, hit the light post, and then you hear rattle, 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 back up, and then they'd go. Happens so many times. Oh, Lynn, that would really be tempting. That would really be tempting. Because Because we could trade and I could say hello to palm trees every day. I love palm trees. We totally should. Say, okay, Lynn, you come up here when you want a white Christmas, and I'll come down there when I want to swim with manatees at Christmas. That would be wonderful. Making progress. Hi, Christine. How you doing? All right. So I am going to predict that we are just barely, and maybe not even completely, are going to finish these walking dots on these 21 ornaments. Nice surprise. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I totally threw you guys by doing an afternoon live, eh? I have done that. Yeah. It's hard not to, right? I'm glad you're doing good. Oh, that's cool, Christine. That's exciting. Very exciting. How's she feeling? I'm at around 240, I think, Teresa. Somewhere around 240, I think. I think. Yeah, I think that's around the last, maybe 250? Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood, though. I have abandoned my ornament goal, though. Not abandoned. Well, yeah, abandoned it. I'm no longer shooting for 1,000 ornaments. My goal is now, what do I want to paint and what's going to be the most fun? What's going to be the thing that I enjoy painting so much that I actually finish it, start to finish, varnish it, photograph it, post about it, and list it to be sold. What are the things that I can spend my time doing that really, really satisfy that creative part? Outside my condo is a very, very busy road. Streetcars are stopped right outside. Oh, you can hear it all the time. Cars flip and roll because, when it's at that awful angle and you can't see when the sun's in your eyes. Oh, wow. That sounds like when you're getting onto the overpass at the DVP at the Danforth. Oh, Lynn, thank you for the stars. That's so nice. Yeah, abandoned is a strong word. Like, I'm still going to keep working towards my goal, right? Like, I'm still going to be painting ornaments. I'm not going to stop abandon painting ornaments, but I am definitely not as tied to my goal or worried about keeping track as much as I was. I was saying earlier that I did a little experiment where I stood in my bedroom and I looked at everything that I could see just in my eye line and counted it. to see how many different things I had to paint. And just in my eye line was 74. Not to count 700 ornaments, not to count 300 keychains, not to count cabinet full of other canvas panels, wood boxes, already molded, gypsum hearts and stones and all of that stuff. You're so sweet, Linda. Linda, why did I call you Linda? My mouth just kept talking. Lynn, thank you. That's incredibly generous of you. You're so sweet. So I've never gotten any stars on a live before. This is really cool. It's really neat. Got me flustered. Yeah, there's just so many things that I have that I really, really, really want to paint. I've got a lot of big pieces that I want to paint. So I'm going to let that drive what I'm doing so far. You know, there's the part of me that says, you know what? You've got a shit ton of patterns. You've got a crap ton of hand-painted stuff in your shop. The thing that's missing is me following that creativity and the fun of it and the healing benefits of it that I have not been capitalizing on for myself. Do we hear 75? 75, 75. Next bidder. So I kind of want to see what I can paint out of the stock that I've already got. And we were talking about that too. Like, I'm still going to end up buying stuff, right? Like, that's just going to happen. And so the example that I think is a really good example of a potential rule would be, if a friend calls me and says, hey, I want to go to this place, will you come with me? And on that trip, I happen to find something that is a good deal or something different and unique that I'd like to paint, then I can buy that and bring it home. I am not going to call friends and say, hey, I need to go buy some stuff to paint on. Come with me, or going by myself. So I'm going to try and limit it that way a little bit. Hi, Letitia. Exactly. It's all pure profit because I have no freaking clue how much I paid for this stuff when I got it, right? I mean, sooner or later, I think it'll look really nice to my accountant to say, oh, good, she finally stopped buying crap. Fantastic. Let's get her making some money instead. Right? That's the girl math. Mine are all out of sight. Not sure that's good or bad though. I think it's a little bit of both. The silver and the pink's really pretty, eh? So I'm going to be using a silver paint too to do a bunch of accents. The paw print is going to be silver on these ornaments. And then the top dots on these big pink ones are going to be the metallic pink tourmaline that I've used quite a bit. So the paw print's going to be silver, the heart is going to be the pink tourmaline, and then the top dots are going to be the pink tourmaline as well. In the original design that I did that's part of the pattern, I did a color grade. So what I did was I used the medium pink and the white. I would have used the medium pink and the white on top of these dark pink dots to create that kind of 3D look. But both of them will work perfectly good. I just really fell in love with putting the pink tourmaline on there. Yeah, exactly, right? Holy shit, Donna, thank you for the stars. And Sarah, the bus lady. It is. You know, it was so funny. So our friend Kim, who got the pink piggy bank, She's not here today, but I packed it up and I've got it ready to take to the post office this afternoon. And I remember sitting there and talking to myself going, okay, now remember how much bubble wrap you used on the bus? That was too much. It wasn't ceramic. So make sure that you use more bubble wrap on the pig. It's okay. Thinking about just the ridiculousness of the amount of bubble wrap and paper that I put on that bus. A wooden bus, by the way. Not glass. But you would have thought that it was made from, like, the world's most expensive crystal with the amount of bubble wrap I used on it. My center dot is smiling. Isn't it? Pink. Looks like an axolotl from here. Is that how you say it? I don't even know if that's how you say it. Hubby says, when are you going to start selling the stuff? You're running out of room. But I like it. Exactly. It's nice. I'm okay being surrounded by all of this stuff. You'll know when it's time. You'll 100% know when it's time to start selling stuff. If it's ever time, right? You'll know. Hi, Asha. How are you? Oops. This is not going to show up great here, but once we get the other colors on, the white will pop a little bit more. This was an experiment to see how this pink design looks on white, and I think once we get all the silver accents in here too, that'll make a big difference of how it shows up and what we can do to help it show up a little bit more. Thank you, Donna. That's incredibly generous of you. You're so sweet. It did look like it, right, Christine? And I hope I said it right. Now I know for sure I need to watch this replay. Yeah, it was a fun one. We've had some good conversations today. Some really good conversations today. It's been a fun one. So what's everybody up to the rest of today? Letitia's at dinner. Some of you will be finishing up work. Anybody doing any painting tonight? And how's the bus, Donna? The bus doing okay? I saw the sunflower mug today. Yeah, I saw that too. Holly posted a pic. Yeah, she was drinking out of her sunflower mug. Oh, that's so nice. I got a big package I got to get ready for her. Yeah, so I'm working on these ornaments actually because our friend Holly, who posted the sunflower mug today, she asked if I was going to be painting any more of these, of the pink design, and asked for a few of them. So I said, sure, I can paint you some, and I will paint a nice big batch so that I've got a few left over for the website as well. Okay. Oh, I keep getting caught on that cord. All right. So for a little bit, yeah, nothing to see here. Move along. With eyelashes fluttering, little half swirl hand on the arm, puppy dog eyes. That would be amazing. I'm still on vacation on the island, sunny and beautiful, and going for a hike. Oh, Donna, that's wonderful. You're still technically working. Be painting this afternoon. Wonderful. Taking care of the bus terminal. Fantastic. You could totally take that bus and totally hide like a nanny cam or a ring cam in there, eh? If you ever needed it. It would be such a perfect security decoy. Oops. What are you having for dinner, Letitia? If you're out at dinner, what are you doing? Did you take a pee break? You watching us in the bathroom? Still working, but hopefully I can get some more done on my pumpkin. Ooh, exciting. Oh, I want to see. Are you having fun painting it? I love all the people that say, technically I'm still working. Technically I'm still working. So Miss Audrey had an adventure today. We went to get her nails filed and went to get her weighed because she's on a diet, and they asked me to weigh her again after a month. And I'm like, she looks so much thinner. And Mom's like, I know she does. She looks a lot thinner. And then the groomer said, oh my gosh, she does look like, and her bum looks smaller and her hips look smaller. And I got her to the vet to weigh her, and she had lost 0.2 pounds. Just 0.2. And she's angry. Oh, she's super angry. And I don't blame her. I'd be angry if someone took away all my favorite foods too. I would be an absolute bear. But she's angry. Oh no, you kept putting your hands in the paint. Oh, that's frustrating. That must be really difficult to kind of manage how to spin it around and turn it. I think when I get to the globe, that's going to be a mini version of what you're dealing with the pumpkin. And I think the mini version is going to be frustrating enough. Instead of the elf on the shelf, she'll be the bus on the buffet. I love that. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, maybe it was just 0.2 pounds of hair. Maybe she hasn't actually lost any weight. I said to Mom, I said, maybe it's like, when humans go on a diet and they're like, I've been eating everything right, and nothing happens with the scale. And then all of a sudden, just 10 pounds just fall right off in a week. Maybe it's like that. I had a couple dots that were running together, so I'm just going to remove those real quick. I still have to finish the workshop piece too. Crap, I gotta put that on the list. I was just jumping in to start doing all these other things, and I completely forgot I haven't finished the piece from the workshop yet. I'm really looking forward to the workshop in December. We're going to do clear glassware. So champagne flutes, wine glasses, martini glasses. In Canada, you can get clear glass beer steins, really heavy beer steins at Dollarama. I got my champagne flutes there too. So that's what we're going to be doing for the December workshop. Got to work on that too. All right, let me scroll back. My favorite thing to do is put the hands in paint. Unfortunately, she is sleeping. She's out in the other room, buried underneath in her little cave. But I will post about her soon, and I'll make sure that the next time she is in here, or if she comes in here in the next couple of minutes, sometimes she hears me talking about her and she'll come in. I'll definitely do that. Totally stuck on my love piece. I want to do swoops, but not sure how to do them and make it look good. So are you at the point, Donna, where you just want to kind of sit and look at it, or are you at the point where you're frustrated and you'd like some feedback and ideas? Yeah, I love sticking our hands in paint. All right, so we didn't get them all done, but you know what? It's not too bad. This one is going to be, out of 21, we have 7 left after this one. So we didn't do too bad. Oops, that's way too much paint. I know, no privacy at all. None whatsoever. And she has opinions about things. We came back and we were sitting out on the bench outside when we got back, and she was in her crate, her carrying case, and one of the other ladies here in the building came up with her dog, and her dog's a little long-haired Chihuahua, color of like Rottweiler, Doberman, miniature pincher coloring with the brown eyebrows and everything. She's really super, super cute. And she was very curious about Audrey. She walked over. She didn't bark. She's normally pretty yappy. Didn't bark. I thought, oh, this might be going well. And she walked over and put her front paws up on the top of the seat on the bench, and then sniffed the grate of the door. And I have never heard the sound that came out of Audrey. She was mad. She was big mad. And this poor dog just kind of got this look on its face like, what the hell did I do? I just sniffed you. I didn't hurt you. I didn't yell at you. Like, looked so, what did I do? But then had no problem walking away. I think I'm sitting back and looking at it right now. It's kind of sushi. Ooh, very fun. Well, Donna, just know that we're here if you get to the point where you want to want any feedback or ideas, if you want to post it in the Facebook group, if you want to send it to me or anybody else, just know that we're here to help you if and when you need us. A lot of times that happens, right, is you get to a certain point on a piece and you have to just kind of, you set it somewhere where it's in eye line quite often throughout the day so that you can see it on a regular basis and try to just wait for the answer to come to you, right? And that can be tough sometimes. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be live on TikTok from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. So if you are around and want to come hang out, I would love to see ya. And otherwise, thank you so much for coming and hanging out today. This was a great live. Really, really enjoyed hanging with you today. And we made a little bit of progress and we had some great conversation. And I hope that whatever you've got going on in life right now, that you were able to come here and take a little bit of a breath, just for a couple of minutes. Sorry, Kim, how much are they? How much are the ornaments? Bear with me 1 second here. A friend of mine has 6 Maine Coon kittens. Oh, Teresa, that sounds like Sophie's choice to not take one. Oh my God. My third best ever, your babies. They're so sweet. Thanks, Sarah. It was good to see you. Oh, sorry, the cat. Lots of love to you, Patty. I'm sending you a huge virtual hug. Thanks, Sarah. I'm so glad, Donna. Have a wonderful hike. Enjoy your day and your time on vacay. Oh, said no way. Boo. Driving out of Sydney, an hour and a half to a breeding farm from Champion Samoyeds where we had purchased the furry companions. Nice. Oh, nice. Are you going to get another puppy soon, Asha? Tomorrow night on TikTok, I will be 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night on TikTok, and 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday afternoon on Instagram. And then on Sunday, I will post the schedule for the next couple of weeks. And we'll plan lots of times to hang out again really, really soon. Thanks, Tina, for coming. It was good to see ya. We'll see you again very, very soon. That's wonderful, Asha. Yeah, take some time. Nice to be around them. But that'll be nice for you. Enjoy the puppy and the dog cuddle time. It's always therapeutic, right? So Lots of love to you guys. Thanks again for coming and hanging out. Please take care of yourselves, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Love ya.